The ocean has claimed their father, but survival is just beginning. Boda and his sister are alone now, drifting into the unknown. This is Chapter 3 of Leviathan. Boda and his sister cling to debris from their shattered boat. The storm has passed, leaving only eerie calm and scattered wreckage. A strange structure rises from the water, a floating building, half submerged, rusted and twisted by the sea. The sister peers at it cautiously. Maybe, we can find shelter here. Boda nods silently, exhaustion and fear etched on his face. Every creak of the water against the building sends a shiver down their spines. The siblings climb onto the platform of the building. The structure is massive, industrial, with metal walkways, rusted scaffolds, and remnants of machinery. Salt water sprays over them, the wind carrying the smell of decay. Inside, water has partially flooded the lower levels. Their footsteps echo as they navigate narrow corridors, broken doors, and empty rooms. Every shadow seems alive. Boda whispers. "Do you think anyone could be here?" His sister shakes her head, voice firm. "Doesn't matter. We need food, water, and safety." While exploring, they find a staircase leading below the waterline. Metal doors creak as they push through. The air grows colder, the light dimmer. "Be careful," the sister warns. Her grip on Boda tightens. Boda's small hand trembles as he steps down, water dripping from pipes above, echoing in the empty hall. The siblings reach a flooded chamber. The water is dark, almost black, and ripples with strange movement. In the faint glow of bioluminescent algae, they see it, rows of enormous, pulsating eggs, the Leviathan's offspring. Boda gasps. "They're eggs," he whispers, horror in his eyes. Suddenly, the water stirs violently. Shadows move around them. Small but ferocious sea creatures, the Leviathan's hatchlings, emerge from the darkness, their eyes glowing, teeth bared. Boda and his sister back against the wall, trying to find a weapon, anything to defend themselves. "Stay calm, we have to fight," the sister hisses. The hatchlings attack in unison. The siblings dodge, scream, and push past each other, narrowly avoiding the snapping jaws. Metal pipes and debris become improvised shields. Water splashes, echoes of metal striking teeth, and the hiss of the creatures fills the chamber. Boda swings a broken pipe, hitting one hatchling squarely, it screeches and retreats. Another lunges from the shadows, grazing his arm. Pain flares, but he doesn't cry. His sister strikes with fury, using a rusted metal rod to fend off attackers. The chamber feels alive, closing in on them. Every step could mean death. More hatchlings emerge from the flooded hallways. The siblings are cornered in the egg chamber, exhausted, dripping wet, backs to the wall, hearts pounding. Boda looks at his sister, fear and determination in equal measure. "We can't let them eat us." The camera lingers on the glowing eggs, quivering in the water, as dozens of small leviathans circle the two children. The chamber is alive with menace, and escape seems impossible. The ocean has spawned a new horror, and now, two children face its next generation. Will Boda and his sister survive the swarm of Leviathan hatchlings? Leviathan is far from over. The sea is merciless. Monsters rise from its depths, illusions twist the mind, and survival is paid with blood. But when despair swallows all, sometimes, a new ally emerges. This is Leviathan, Chapter 4. Boda and his sister stumble through the half-flooded corridors of the ruined structure, hatchlings screeching behind them. The steel walls groan with every wave. Water crashes through broken windows, each surge carrying new horrors from the abyss. "Run," his sister shouts, dragging him forward. But exhaustion claws at their legs. The creatures are relentless. At the end of a dim corridor, a silhouette appears, their father. His familiar figure stands tall, one hand reaching toward them. "Father," Boda whispers, hope flooding his chest. But his sister pulls him back sharply. Her voice trembles. No, that's not him. Look at his eyes. The figure steps closer. Its gaze glows an unnatural blue. Its skin ripples, twisting into monstrous scales. In the blink of an eye, the illusion shatters, revealing a Leviathan mimic, jaws gaping, claws lashing forward. The beast lunges for his sister. For a heartbeat, terror freezes Boda, but then something inside him snaps. He grabs a loose metal shard and hurls it at the creature's eye. The mimic screeches, thrashing blindly. Over here. Boda yells, drawing its attention away. He dives aside as the beast smashes into a support pillar, rubble collapsing in its wake. The siblings sprint toward a staircase, hearts hammering. Just as the hatchlings close in, a new sound cuts through the chaos, the ringing clash of steel against bone. A girl appears. White hair flows behind her, eyes sharp like moonlight. In her hands, a long iron staff glows faintly with blue crystal. With each strike, hatchlings crumple, their bodies falling silent in the rising water. Stay behind me, she commands, her voice cold, resolute. The siblings obey, stunned. This stranger moves with precision, each swing lethal, as though she has fought these monsters her whole life. Boda finally breathes the question burning in his chest. Who are you? The girl's eyes never leave the creatures. Kana. The hatchlings swarm in greater numbers, claws scraping against steel, jaws snapping. Kana plants her staff into the ground, the crystal flaring. A shockwave bursts outward, throwing the beasts into the walls. Move! Up the ladder, she shouts. Boda and his sister scramble up, Kana covering their escape with flawless strikes. But when she finally climbs, a hatchling leaps, latching onto her leg. She snarls, slamming her staff down and crushing it, blood spraying across the steel. For a moment, silence. Then a roar shakes the entire structure. The water below explodes upward as a massive shadow rises, the true Leviathan. Its colossal form dwarfs the entire ruin, eyes burning with an ancient, malevolent glow. The siblings freeze in terror. Kana plants herself in front of them, but even her face tightens with dread. This is no hatchling. This is the abyss itself. The beast lashes out, smashing the structure, sending debris crashing down. The trio cling to the platform, the roar of the ocean threatening to swallow them whole. Just when despair peaks, the darkness is pierced by distant lights, first faint, then blazing. The siblings squint, hardly believing their eyes. From the horizon emerges something vast, a ship the size of an island. Towers rise from its deck like skyscrapers. Bridges and walkways glitter with lights. Searchlights sweep across the sea, illuminating not just soldiers, but entire families, bustling like a floating city. It is not just a vessel. It is survival incarnate. It is the League of Busan. The sea erupts as the League's cannons thunder. Harpoons with glowing cables strike the Leviathan, pulling taut. Fighters dive from the skies, dropping bombs into the beast's maw. The water burns with fire and light. Smaller hatchlings swarm the wreckage, but soldiers in armored suits drop into the waves, forming defensive lines. Get them aboard, a commanding voice roars from loudspeakers. A massive cable descends. Soldiers wave frantically. Climb. Quickly. Boda clings to his sister as they are pulled upward. Kana follows, leaping onto the rope with graceful speed. As they ascend, Boda's eyes widen. Beneath them, he sees hundreds of people lining the rails of the floating city, children, families, survivors, humanity reborn. For the first time, hope flickers in his chest. But the Leviathan is not defeated. With a thunderous roar, it snaps free of the cables, smashing one of the League's escort ships in half. Flames scatter across the waves. On the deck above, soldiers steel themselves, weapons primed. The commander of the League grips the railing, eyes fixed on the towering monster. This is no longer survival, he growls. This is war. The camera pans upward, Boda's terrified face, Kana's unreadable gaze, and the Leviathan rising against the floating city of Busan. A mysterious ally. A city on the sea. And the Leviathan, unstoppable as ever. Boda and his sister have found humanity again, but what awaits them aboard the League of Busan? The story of Leviathan has only begun.